But anyways, family, now for our feature story of the day. Bitcoin price will certainly be $1 million by 2030 with a surging trend, according to the Real Vision CEO Raoul Pal. So let's break this bad boy down and welcome y'all just joining the stream. In a recent interview with Altcoin Daily, the Real Vision CEO Raoul Pal outlined his 1 million Bitcoin price projection based on the growth of digital asset wallets. Quoting him here from the interview, let's say it goes from 175% a year, where it's been trending, and goes to 43% a year, which is what the internet did from year 8 onwards. Powell said in the video, well, crypto gets to 1 billion people by the end of next year, 1 billion active wallets, and it gets to 4 billion by 2030. Well, at 4 billion wallets, the price will certainly be $1 million per coin. Now, some perspective. It is difficult to pinpoint the exact adoption rate of crypto around the world, though a recent survey of consumers in 50 countries worldwide indicate that adoption is largely growing. So Powell added that Bitcoin is one of the fastest growing asset classes in the entire world. So Bitcoin is on an inevitable path towards higher prices. I think we'd all agree with that. Quoting him again, crypto is going twice the speed of the internet in terms of adoption. So it is the fastest adoption of any technology in any asset class the world has ever seen. Let them know. There you go. Now some key takeaways. Powell also conceded that a 1 million Bitcoin price projection sounds as ridiculous today as it did when we first invested in Bitcoin at the $200 price, when he first invested. So I guess that means the price he initially got in. At the time, he projected the asset would rise to $100,000, a possibility that he recalled as being largely dismissed. So the $1 million doesn't seem that preposterous. There you go. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Now, another headline reads, 1 million Bitcoin advocate, Samson Mao from Jan 3, announces Bitcoin quantitative hardening. Let's discuss this Bitcoin quantitative hardening, shall we? Mao referred to it as the fourth Bitcoin quantitative hardening. Here, the influencer opposes to the quantitative easing that the U.S. Fed has taken to quite frequently over the past few years, injecting billions and trillions of U.S. dollars into the economy, as many experts believe, has started to debase the U.S. dollar. And here's his tweet from April 19th. The fourth Bitcoin quantitative hardening is now complete. Let's go. Many experts also believe that the QEs to be a major driver that first pushed the Bitcoin price above 61.5 back in April of 2021, and then on to 69,000 as the all-time high in November that year. And in 2024, an unusual thing happened. The world's pioneer crypto, for the first time, reached new historic price peak before the halving. That's right, we tapped 73,800 1 month ago, and not after the halving, which is unprecedented, meaning it's never occurred before. Every halving reduces the amount of the new Bitcoin injected into circulation in form of miners' block rewards. Today and now, after the halving, these rewards were slashed from 6.25 bitties to 3.125, as we all know. So there you go. Now, let me know your thoughts on some of this, and I'm going to read you another tweet from Samson Mao. 6 blocks to go until Bitcoin has a lower inflation rate than gold. Well, it is official. We now have a lower inflation rate, and I think Bitcoin is here to overtake the market cap of gold. Let me know your thoughts on that. I believe the gold market cap at this time is roughly $15 trillion. And I anticipate much of that capital flowing out of the gold stocks and ETFs and out of the precious metal in general and flowing right into Bitcoin, as well as the Bitcoin ETFs. Also consider end of this month, we have the Hong Kong ETFs, which are officially going to go live, at least 3 providers. Not only are we going to have the spot Bitcoin ETF, but the very first spot Ethereum ETF to ever exist. Right? And so we also have adoption out of El Salvador. We also have adoption, as I read a little earlier to you, big news out of Switzerland, considering Bitcoin for their national reserves. We also had big news I shared earlier out of Paraguay. Their deputy presented a bill to legalize and recognize Bitcoin as the legal tender. We also have talk out of the Middle East, Mr. 100, maybe Abu Dhabi. According to Max Kaiser, he says that's his number one contender. We also have talk out of Qatar. We have talk of Russia. I mean, this is not just talk, but confirmed. They're looking to open up a Bitcoin mining hub and in the process of doing so over in Ethiopia. So big money is heading into Bitcoin, nation state adoption, a lot of countries secretly getting direct or indirect exposure into Bitcoin as well. BlackRock, world's largest asset manager, now has over 272,000 biddies, right, on their balance sheet, and I believe being held obviously by their custodian Coinbase. Fidelity is a big one as well, and I don't think they're slowing down anytime soon. There's only roughly 450 Bitcoin being awarded per day to the miners, and we have thousands of Bitcoin being bought up out of the ETFs just via the inflows occurring, Monday through Friday. So things are about to get lit. We've already witnessed the demand shock of this year regarding the ETFs, and we're about to soon hit a supply shock with an estimated 1.8 million biddies even available on the exchanges. They say 80% of the Bitcoin supply currently in the hands of the whales and the long-term hodlers that have no desire to sell, the BlackRocks of the world, the MicroStrategies of the world, the ARK Invest and Cathie Woods of the world. So where do you think the Bitcoin price is likely to take us? When do you feel realistically Bitcoin will strike $1 million per coin? Yes, I understand we haven't even hit the coveted six-figure mark, but you already know 6 figures of income in this cycle, only a matter of time before 7 figures. 7 figures is really only a 10x off of 6 figures. Keep that in mind. And from 50,000, in which we're well above right now, 20x is $1 million, right? And to 20x is really just a 10x times 2. Either way, you chop up the math. So get your pet rocks ready. Put them in self-custody, the smartest way to hold your Bitcoin, because properly self-custodied biddies are unconfiscatable. Bitcoin, ETF, BTC, unfortunately, I hate to tell this to you, but it's all confiscatable. Anything not in your possession can be taken away from you, right? However, in your possession, digital in your possession, which don't exist because you lost it in a boating accident, unconfiscatable. Let that one sink in. Take your Bitcoin off the exchanges if there's no advantage for you to keep it on there. Some of you guys, you buy your Bitcoin, for example, you just keep it on the exchange. You're like, yeah, nothing's going to happen to the exchange. Well, something happened to FTX, which was once the second largest crypto exchange in the universe. And now it don't exist. And the day before they went bankrupt, Bankman-Fried said, everything is fine, guys. Your Bitcoin and crypto is safe. Nothing is going to go wrong. It's all safe. 24 hours later, yes, we're filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy and no one can get their Bitcoin back. That's the world we live in today. So be smart about it. The only reason you should have something on an exchange is if you're actively trading. So if you have a position, it's just active. You can't take it off the exchange because it's an active position. Completely understand, right? However, if there's nothing actively being traded, there is zero advantage to keeping your precious little biddies on those exchanges. So learn how to properly self-custody your Bitcoin. Very chaotic and unprecedented times we're entering. Is 2024, family. It's post-halving. We have a election year. Things always go crazy in the United States around election time, so you already know. Also, there's a lot of chaos and war and things breaking out, so protect yourselves, be careful, hide your kids, hide your wives, and protect your biddies. Just saying. But anyways, where do you feel the Bitcoin price action is likely to take us for this year? And when do you think we're likely to smash a 7-figure Bitcoin price? Holla at your boy.